Hey guys, I'm PC Gamer, and today we're going to be taking our first look on YouTube anyway at My Summer Car. If you don't know what My Summer Car is, it's kind of an interesting game. It's first off based in the year 1995 in um, Finland. So it's based on the year of 1995 in Finland, and the story as it is you're a teenager who can drive. Let's go to our room here. So we were a teenager, as you can see, who can drive, and our parents have gone on summer vacation. So there's our letter. Don't be lazy. Fix your dad's old car. Uncle Blue's van can be loaned. Don't drink alcohol. We'll come back when we get bored. Yours, Mom and Dad. So our parents are away, and we're basically just fixing up this car and driving it around and having a good time. Now, the first thing I want to make explicitly clear on this video series is that this is not a PG game, I would call it. As you can see here, there are only two types of drinks you can drink in the game. So there are only two types of drinks you can drink in the game, water or beer. And you can only have water when you're at home, and so basically you're just drinking a lot of beer all the time. There's also some AI cussing in the form of subtitles. They don't actually speak English. So they're just some kind of just cussing basically in subtitles, which isn't a really big deal. But I just want to throw that out there. I will be PG. I'm not going to say anything that's non-PG, but this game is definitely not. I wouldn't recommend for PG. That being said, another thing I have to get out of the way is while I pick this up is that I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/PC_gamer_753. And so we've actually already built our My Summer Car, or car here. And I'm just going to continue my save profile here on YouTube for the moment. Let's grab that phone here. So this is the phone. It rings and you can get sewage. So here's our first sewage job right up there. So that's how we get jobs. So we'll go over that next. There are two ways of making money. You need money to buy these car parts and go to the mechanic and buy food and stuff like that. So we can buy parts here and have them sent off. There are two types of jobs, wood jobs, and then as you can see that big truck there is a sewage job. So that's basically what I'm going to go over in the next few videos, is just how to do a wood job and how to do a sewage job. Just kind of for fun, because that's something that you probably want to do after you grab some groceries. So let me show you my grocery hamper here. The first thing, if this is your first video ever on My Summer Car, you want to go get a lot of groceries. And you want to do this because you don't have any groceries to start out with, and you definitely don't want to thirst or hunger to death. As you can see, the bars up at the top left, they indicate your urine level, hunger, thirst, fatigue, and dirtiness. You can't die from dirtiness, but all the rest you can die from, as well as about 100 million other ways to die in this game. So with that being said, let's go head over to our wood shack. So here, like I said, if this is your first time tuning in, here's our house, our parents' house, and the wood shack with the tractor is over here. Now it's a bit of a walk, so I'll probably cut the video somewhere in here, and I'll meet you on when we're up next to the woodshed. Alright, so we're now here at the woodshed. There's our house way back there. And basically, for doing wood jobs, you connect the tractor to the trailer, and I like to back it in here. And basically what you do, there's a wood guy, and I'll show you where he lives here in a little while. You just chop a bunch of wood and you throw it in the back of this trailer. So let me see here. You just kind of pick up this axe and you press F, and now it kind of puts it into use mode. And then you just hover over your log here and right click. And then you come over here and it says pick log, you pick one. There you go, there's a right click there, and then left click to pick another one. And basically you do this around 50 to 60 times, 50 to 60, maybe even more logs. I haven't exactly counted them perfectly, I always lose track. But you just keep doing this for quite a while, and then I'll show you what you do after that here real shortly. So I thought I'd stop here and show you a little tip. If you notice this, where my white dot cursor is, this log here is actually sitting on top of our wood chop pile. I didn't mean to do that. but it's sitting right there. See, and it doesn't allow me to select another log. So if you run into this problem, I just kind of beat these out of the way, and there you go, pick log. And now we're back in action and cutting wood. So I'll get back to you guys here when we're all finished cutting wood. Alright, now that we have a lot of wood cut around our feet, and you'll notice I've set the axe down, basically what you want to do is you want to come over to one piece of wood, and you notice it says firewood. You want to left click, and now you'll be able to pick up this piece of wood. You can rotate it with your mouse wheel, and all you want to do is you can either left click to set it down in the trailer, or you can right click to kind of throw it in the trailer. And you just do this over and over again. And I'll show you a little tip is, how do you know this is full? Well, you can count them, but if you're like me and I always lose count, notice how this this kind of texture, it will build up the more logs you put in this trailer. Eventually it will build up so high it will stop growing when you throw logs in, and that's how you know that the trailer is actually full. So I'll cut back to you guys when our trailer's full, and I'll demonstrate that for you guys. Alright, now that I've loaded some wood up here, as you can see it's getting quite full, and as you keep putting more logs in this trailer, you see it keeps going up. And basically what I like to do is, see, I just keep watching it every time I throw a log in, and eventually when it stops rotating or stops growing tick by tick after every log is thrown in, I'll know that it's completely full, kind of like I'm doing here. So I'll get back to you guys when the trailer is full, and we'll go from there. Now then, as you can see, this is almost full, and I'll try and demonstrate this live per se, but see, it's still going up. Here in a couple of logs it might actually be full, so I'll keep tossing them in here live for you guys. We'll see if we can't catch one. I kind of find it helpful. I go all the way down on crouch and then jump back up, and then that just kind of makes it a bit faster for me. We might have to cut a couple more, but it's going to be real close, for sure. There we go. I think we've just done it, unless it's a glitch. Now, as you can see, now watch this. I'll pick up another one, and you see the pile. Now watch this. See how it didn't move at all versus compared to when before we would throw one in, the pile would go up a little bit. See how it's completely full, basically. It's not moving is what I meant to say. So you can see it's not moving anymore, and now we know we're full, so we can quit chucking wood in there. The next thing I like to do, one thing you'll notice is that I have beer in every car I drive, and I really kind of encourage it as a tip, because you never know where you're going to get stuck out somewhere, and it's really useful to have as well. As we go on the road here, I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about what my summer car is. I didn't do a very good explanation of it, but yeah. Now in the tractor, once you got everything fired up, the first thing you want to do is put your parking brake off. Find the little checkbox for that. You can right click it how many times as necessary. And then we can drive forward and reverse. Alright, now that our trailer is hooked up, we can head on out. Alright, now that our trailer is hooked up, we can head on out here. So I guess the first thing I would say about My Summer Car, for those of you who may not know what this game is it's pretty fun. It's really addicting, and there's so many ways. It's a very trolly game, I'll put it that way. It trolls you hardcore on different aspects of the game, such as how, different ways to die. It's a game focused mainly around your car that you build. And that's what I forgot to mention earlier, and I'll kind of segue into that here really quick, is that car you saw in the driveway, the red car, we actually built that on, like I said, I stream on Twitch, and this is my same profile. So we built that across, I think, multiple streams. You build all components of the engine, and you assemble the engine and the car and the brakes and the brake lines and the suspension. You assemble all of it, so it's a really in-depth, almost simulation of building a car. And I think that's what most people really enjoy about this game is the building the car concept. But at the same time, you have to continue, doing these wood jobs and sewer jobs to make money, so you can go buy groceries and keep yourself alive while you're while you're building the car. So that's a little bit more about my summer car. The basics of what the main goal is to build your car. And aside from that, there are also different activities that you can do once you build your car. So there's a rally every, I believe, Saturday, or maybe it's Thursday, I can't remember. But there's a rally that goes around the dirt track here, and you can compete for the top spot on that. And then there's also a drag race and a dirt drift track, I believe, or dirt track. I can't remember if it's a dirt drift or just a dirt track, I'm not sure. But there's so many things to do here in my summer car. There's also a cabin and a boat. You can use the boat to go to the cabin or over to the shop. There's a local pub you can go and go into at night and gamble your money away and get some fries and some beer or coffee. I guess that is the other thing you can drink is that cup of coffee at the pub. I didn't think of that, but unfortunately, I wish you could carry water bottles with you, but unfortunately you can't really. The only thing you can kind of carry with you is a bunch of milk, but that kind of gets kind of annoying. Having to transfer about 50 jugs of milk or juice to your car or whatever. But yeah, my summer car is a very fun, kind of addictive game. As you can see here, I'm not using the keyboard and mouse to steer. I'm using an Xbox 360 controller. This game has support for, obviously an Xbox 360, as well as your typical steering wheels. In fact, a steering wheel is almost preferred to use, but it's definitely not required. Even an Xbox 360 controller isn't required. You can slow down the keyboard to make it more playable for you, but definitely a fun game. I think it's just a single developer who made this entire game, and the music you hear playing in the background is actually, well, it should be royalty-free copyright music that he creates himself. So yeah, he's a pretty impressive developer. I'm really impressed with the game. It's fun. It's kind of something that, unlike DCS World or any simulation games like Euro Truck or Flight Sims, I don't have to have a lot of setup time. I don't have to get out my wheel and controllers and plug them all in, and all that stuff. Especially, maybe you have to map some extra buttons and track IR, all that stuff. Here, I just kind of plug in my Xbox controller and away I go. And it's definitely a fun game. I recommend checking it out. And yeah, so I'll catch up back with you guys here in a little while after we get closer to the wood guy's house. Alright, y'all, unfortunately that portion of the video got corrupted. I'm not sure why, but I'm picking it up here, right here at our normal four-way intersection here as we go to complete our wood job and drop off this load of trailer load of wood here. Like I said, unfortunately that video got corrupted, so I'm kind of picking it up and trying to fill in the gap here, so you might notice the day is different, the money is different and all that. Unfortunately, but okay, you still get the video though, so that's good. Anyway, once we make that left turn down from that intersection, all we got to do is come down this way and through this valley and then through the ravine, and then we're to the wood guy's house. So this hill here is pretty harsh. Go down and do a first hike and make it through. It's pretty slow though. You kind of forget how slow the tractor is when the trailer's full, but we'll get there eventually. Alright, now as you round this corner here, which is just the same straight we were on just a minute ago, the same road, this house right here to the right is the wood guy's house. So what I like to do is kind of shift down, but I kind of go over this way. Yeah, I kind of go over this way. It's kind of easier than backing up for me, but there we go. Go over this way, kind of swing wide, watch the tree, And then, oh, wood guy's not here. Well, that's convenient. But, oh no, we'll go through the motions. This video is almost just like a catastrophe, but we'll go through what we would do. So basically what you would do with the wood is you would raise your hand throttle all the way up. Well, not all the way. Something like there, around 2,000 there on the gauge. And then you would push this, left click this handle here. As you see, it would start dumping. And so then you would go back here, and it would go all the way down. But you would want to let this gate down so it could fall out on the ground. I'm not going to do that since he's not here, unfortunately. Which is really weird. There we go. And that's just falling back down. But it would make a pile here on the floor. The guy would be standing right here, and he'd hold out his hand and give you 32 mark for completing the wood job. I'm just going to take this back to my home base and save it since he's not here, which is kind of weird. But hopefully you guys get the get the picture. There's not a whole lot I can do since that video got corrupted and he's not here. I'm not unfortunately I'm not gonna go back and wait for him, but I think you guys will get the idea. So then you just push your hand throttle down, turn off your parking brake when you're done, and then you would put this into reverse like that, and it would lower your trailer all the way down. And then you'd be good to go. So we just pull out here. This will be really heavy, because I still got a full trailer load. But yeah, and then you just go straight back. So there you go. It's the basics of the wood job. I'll pick it up when I'm pulling into the driveway and what I do to park the trailer. So I'll see you soon. Alright guys, here we are pulling back up to the driveway here with our unfortunate full load of wood since our wood guy wasn't there. I'm not exactly sure why he wasn't there, but he wasn't. But you can still, I think, kind of imagine or pretend what it would be like if you actually delivered it. You just kind of dump it out on the floor, he'd give you your 3,200 mark, and then you'd be on your way with empty trailer. But this is what I like to do to get the trailer back where it was. I just kind of come over here, and then I back this up, and it makes it really easy to load the wood up in the trailer inside this little shed. So I kind of bring the rear of the trailer right to about there, where your tires are almost even with that concrete line. And then yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Go ahead and kill our tractor, and put the parking brake on and get out. Alright guys, thanks for watching, even though that was a bit of a botched wood job since the other video got corrupted and he wasn't there to actually deliver the wood, but I appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, take care, and I'll catch you in the next video.